Oh, this is a bad way to start coughing. Right. Here we are. Welcome. It's Lady and the Frogs. We have Simon here. This is a calendar. This is the calendar that I was going to use this year, and now I've decided to use it for something else. It's the 29th of January. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 5th Monday in January. Yes. So I'm off work this week, thankfully. So naturally, because I'm off work, I'm really, really ill. The amount of dry skin that I've got here on my nose, I feel like just a Skeletor. And of course it's a little bit on my chest. I'm not coughing anything up, but I'm breathless. I've got bad asthma, but I've got work to do this week. So there's going to be a lot of these vlogs this week, if my laptop lets me edit them faster than it has been doing. So today's quest is to get all of this listed. So this is 50 things which are photographed. Thankfully last week, on the 2 days that I had off, it was fairly good sunlight. I mean, today it is dinge as it is tipping it down with rain. It's so overcast. It just looks miserable. I want to quickly do my post because I think it's not raining. I think it's between raining. I don't know. Anyway, I just want to get this done. I mean, because if I don't do it, then later on it'll be absolutely torrential. I haven't even looked at the forecast, so it could be sunshine and rainbows this afternoon. But I just want to get it out of the way because I want to start on this. My goal for today is to list all of this. It's technically I'm sure I've put on the title on here, I'm going to list 50 items today. I think there's only 48 here. I think what I've got on my phone is probably 48 things photographed. My theory is that I've got what you can see on that as a Pyrex bowl and some other little bits. There's a DVD set. There's a pashmina scarf, which I don't know if it is pashmina. It's a vintage thing, and so there's a few little things on there which I could photograph to make it 50. So it will be 50. However, if it doesn't play ball getting brightened up, that's not going to be happening. So I've got another calendar which is going to become my main calendar, which is slightly nicer than this, because when I've bought this, so the calendar that I have is one of those where it's hanging like that, and I thought that would be the same, but as you can see everything's upside down, so that's not great. So I've got another one which is Winnie the Pooh. I've got Winnie the Pooh now as my main calendar. My husband didn't like this calendar anyway, so he ordered a calendar. The less said about the fact that he ordered a calendar, the better, but we'll be pleased about that in December, I think. So he ordered a calendar because he likes Fallout, and he's like, oh, I've ordered this Fallout calendar, it's going to be great. So it arrived on Friday, and it's an advent calendar. Thankfully, it doesn't have any confectionery in it. So now we're all ready for Advent 2024. So anyway, I have decided to commandeer this, and my old way of managing my listings used to be on my diary, which I do have over here. However, I've become very lax doing it. So this is my diary. I get academic diaries because it lasts for a year and a half, and I find that it's useful when you're going from January into when you're going from one year to another. But I've been a bit lax this year. Previous years I've always been very good, but this year I can see I've done nothing to keep on top of marking down how many listings that I've put on. It's supposed to sort of look roughly like that, but that's a terrible week. I think at one point I used to be listing 7 a day, but it's not happening for me. seize the day. I mean, I am not seizing the day. So I'm failing on seizing the day with that. So we're going to start with this, which I've put a nail next to the computer where it's going to be. So I did sort of like seize the day a bit last week, but then I haven't. So, because this is one of these family calendars, and this is, Sarah Resells has started doing this, but she's got different shops. So, new listings, auction listings, which will be new and old listings, and then my relists, because I'm going to do a stock take. So, I want to send my existing stock back into my shop over a course of the next month, which is one of the reasons that I haven't downgraded my store. So that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm supposed to be making 5 a day, new listings, which I have sort of done there. And then on Thursday is when I came back from work and I had this cold and I felt terrible and I didn't really get anything much done. I remember coming back from work because my husband was ill with it and he'd not gone to work and he was wiped out, and so bearing in mind this was like, yeah, he was feeling pretty rough, and I did come back, and although I was feeling the beginnings of this, I did take a whole load more photos because I'd taken most of these photos, and then on that Thursday it was nice bright sunshine and I did take some photos, and I think I listed some of the stuff. I think I did something. I just obviously haven't made a note of them, and I haven't made a note of them in Carpe Diem either. No, I haven't made a listing. I haven't listed any of it in here. From Wednesday onwards, I just have stopped because I've just transferred over what I did. So I don't know what happened. But anyway, I did come back, and in the last like hour of daylight that we had, I finished taking the photos because I must have had at least 10 things, and I remember taking photos of them. So I wasn't like massively lazy on Thursday. I just don't think I got anything listed because then I just showered and did very little, and I haven't exactly got started very fast today because I've been ill all weekend. I haven't listed all weekend. I say I haven't listed. I've listed some things on my personal account because it's got those reduced fees. Yeah, but let's not even talk about that because I was viewing the items that I put on my personal account through my business account yesterday. So I was looking at the stuff which I'd listed, and it wasn't showing the listings as live. It's showing them as live on my account, but I can't see them on my other account. So that doesn't put me at ease with using eBay. So it's really, that's like aggravating as it comes. But, you know, let's pretend that that isn't a thing. So yeah, I did list some bits yesterday, but it was just some like personal bits of perfume, which I listed on my personal account. But the business account is, you know, I have these good intentions and then it doesn't work. So what I want to do at the beginning, I want to get all of this listed today. So I'm going to schedule it. I'm not very good at scheduling either because I tend to just press. I do the listing and then I just go send and it goes live, and I'm terrible at it. I don't know what is wrong with me. I'm so bad at scheduling things. Auctions, I'm quite good at scheduling them. But even then I send them live to go. So then I have like auctions ending at like random times of the day. I'm really, really bad at scheduling. The moment I list something, I like to just send it live. So we're going to have to try and do that. Try and be sensible about the fact that some of these are more like spring, summer, and some of them are more winter. So, I mean, obviously, like, this jumper needs to go on now. That jumper needs to go on now. This is more like a linen shirt, so that needs to be a bit further down the line. If I'm let's get serious. If I'm listing 5 fresh items a day, this is only like 10 days, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm gonna get all of this scheduled today, and then it gives me a bit of breathing space, because at least I know that I've got things going live and I don't need to like be thinking about that. And sorry, I'm just looking at the Lego set which I've got here. It just feels like I've put the wrong parts with it. I can't possibly have put the wrong parts with it. I'm so fastidious with checking things. Yeah, so once I've done that, I can then get on to getting my accounts up to date and doing my stock take. So, before I can start any of that, I've got to go to the post office. There's only 6 things here. It's a load of garbage on eBay. I know that I should probably like do all these other like platforms and the rest of it, but because I've got work, I can't fill I don't do enough on eBay as it is, so I don't want to like be going on multiple platforms and then selling stuff while my phone is in my locker at work and I can't end the listing. I'm not able to be on top of everything like I want to be. So things that I've sold this this car boxed. I've sold that for £15. Yes. What else is there to say? I've sold that for £15. This is from 1980 something. 1984. Woo! And then I've sold all of these. I'll take this out of the bag. So I've sold that for 25 quid. It is just a bundle of Slimming World books. My goodness, I have got a magpie on my balcony. Oh, he's so cute. I want to know what the magpie is eating. We keep putting meat out for it, but I think the pigeons get there first, and it's so frustrating because I don't like the pigeons. I don't like the pigeon poo. That's what it is. Don't like the pigeon poo. Love the magpies. So yeah, that's just a job lot of 8 Slimming World books. I knew that these ones would go first. The paperbacks, these ones are really desirable. And I sell these within but they've been listed for 2 weeks. But it's always them ones that go quicker. I mean, they do weigh a ton as well, which is frustrating. But I think they only it's only around like £5.50 to send them with Royal Mail. But if it's too expensive, I'll send it in post locker, because there's an in post locker. I mean, there's my new post office. There's everything there, because I can use Every, but yeah, I just don't like Every. I just can't bring myself to be that person. Yeah, I've got hardback books of the Slimming World ones, and I think I've sold like 1 bundle like 6 months ago, but they're really hard to sell. So this is one of the auctions. This is one of the reasons why I probably shouldn't bother with auctions, because they're not very good. This is sold for like £5, I think. Was it? I don't know. I'm probably telling you a pack of lies. Let's have a proper look. Excuse me, Simon. Why does it keep automatically opening things which I haven't asked it to open? Oh, honestly, I'll give up with this thing. It's constantly signing me out. Let's just go straight onto the postage. Yeah, £4.99. Right, £4.99 for that. It did have marks on it, and it is a bit piled, but it's mint velvet. It's got a bit of cashmere in it. It's only got stars on the end. I've looked over and over and over this. The mark that I had on it was paint, and I just couldn't believe that I'd got it out. And I think I've still put a caveat on there saying that there was a stain on it and I've got it out. So they know why I needed to mention it. This is something that I had from a relative. So this has gone for £3.20. There was like 6 people watching it. I don't know why. It's Isle, and it's Edinburgh woolen mill. Isn't really reselling stuff, because it's just something I was given by family in June last year. And I've sold these previously and they came back. I think these are really cool because they've got this massive chunky zip detail on the pocket. Absolutely amazing. And really big oversized pocket on that. It is the 513 skinny. And I suspect that I've had this listed on menswear when it's actually women's wear. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I've sold those for £17.99. And then I've sold this for £30, which is kind of what I expected. So that's the Cath Kidston rucksack for 30 quid. And that's it, and it's not great, is it, at all? So I need to crack on. So I'm going to pack this up, which, you know, it's like that I've got to fiddle-ass around bubble wrapping. That I've got to put card backing on it, otherwise it'll get messed up. And then this, I've got to find something strong enough for that to go on. So it's not even going to be like a quick, like, put them in these polymailer things. It's going to be a faff around before I can even start on this. So I will see you shortly and tell you where I've actually got on with listing 50 items today. It's going to be at least midday. It's going to be half 11 when I start. Let's get serious. It's only 11:15. I can do this faster than I anticipate. I can walk fast to the post office. I can get back. Once I've had a walk out to the post office carrying a lead weight of books, I will feel so invigorated, and I'll be really like excited to do this, even though I'm just filled with cold. Right, I'm back from the post office. So there I'm recording on my old phone. I have a coffee. I am so hot now. It feels like it's June. So I've obviously got a temperature now with my cold. So this is my old phone because I list on this phone. So the starting point, it's technically midday, but it's gone midday. I think it rained on. I did then get distracted by Instagram. This is like the story of my life, isn't it? You have 50 things to do, but you get distracted by birds. There's one on my window. So I may well time lapse on this phone. I'm hoping it doesn't take me as long to upload the clips from this phone. We will see. However, all of my photos are on here. So all of this stuff is photographed and it's sat on this phone. So I go on to a sell similar on my store. I always use my own store. So that was one of the things that annoyed me when I'd sold that Jellycat last week. When I went on to check the prices for Jellycat, all of the listings for the same Jellycat had exactly the same wording that mine did, because everybody had used a sell similar on mine. So, but I always go onto my own, and because it's set up with my own like postage things and the rest of it. And that's why a lot of people end up with like masses and masses of postage policies, because they use a sell similar of somebody else's listing, and then it just puts in all of their bad habits onto your listing. So I always go on to my own, and then I just find something that's similar. And so with this, I've already got a listing for Build-A-Bear. So I've just set up a dummy listing with that, and then I'll go in on that and I'll change it because, you know, because I've got to keep going into my phone and setting up these listings. That's why I don't want to be doing a time lapse on anything other than my other phone. So this is the one that's been the bane of my life. Anyway, I just need to crack on with this because this is ridiculous. I'm really hot and I'm really dizzy. I realised that I have listed some things over the last few days. It's just, I remember those little bits which I've got on the chair there, which I've done. I remember I was making mistakes on them because I sent one of them live and then I sent two of them live, and then I realised I hadn't measured them whatsoever. I mean, I was halfway back. It wasn't so much the carrying it there with the thing that was heavy. I was just so hot on the way back. So now I've got a temperature with this cough and cold. So I'm not in the best position, but I am in a good position because I'm in a position to just sit on that chair and just crack on. I don't think I will time lapse actually, because it's going to be really boring for you to see a time lapse of the back of my chair. Basically, all I do is make the dummy listing. I don't do measurements until I'm listing it. So when I'm doing the listing and I'll get the fabric content, the rest of it, I lay it out on this carpet, which is here. Let's see if this one. Okay, so the microphone is literally. I tell you, I've got the box there for the microphone. I think I'm just going to get rid of this microphone because I think the reason why people say it's good is because they're affiliate linked, aren't they? So I've got the box. I need to just get myself a better microphone. I need to just box this up and just get rid of this Yeti. Do not buy a Yeti, it's absolutely awful. There's just something fundamentally wrong with it. I thought it was because I had this new phone, but it's not, because it's still mucking me around on here. So anyway, I mean, that would be some money into the pocket. I think I just need, I've seen these people with lapel mics. My lapel mic is wired as well, and so it's not the best either. I just need to get something that is actually compatible with modern phones and modern input. Because there's an input there. I need to find out what that is. Because maybe that is actually what I need to be using. So yeah, I think it's high time I got rid of this Yeti because it is just awful. And I saw on Andrea Hills and Andrea and Nick Hills, they had this and theirs is obsolete as well. So I think a lot of people go down the path where they get the Yeti and it's not actually the best thing for them. So yeah, I need to just crack on. I feel so unwell. Who knew? Right, let's crack on. I can just sit and just wang out and do this. I want to do all of this listing today before I even start on my accounts. My accounts is something I can do while I'm a bit monged out as well with this cold. So that'll be tomorrow, but this needs to happen today. So this needs to happen today. I've got everything. I'm absolutely ready on here. I promise you. I promise you. Look how disciplined I have been. And now I'm just sitting here rattling on. It's because I'm trying to have my coffee. But yeah, I am going to sit and watch Shelley. There she is, Shelsteruni. I'm going to watch Shelsteruni. I thank her for the fact that she does these lives every morning. I never catch the live. But I can always rewatch it, and I'm really enjoying doing that. So I'm going to sit down, drink my coffee, get myself better, have some orange juice. I've got loads of fresh orange juice. So I am going to liquefy myself and get ready. I'm not going to do a time lapse because, yeah, I don't particularly want to time lapse my arse, and I'm sure you don't want a time lapse of my arse either. Hello, right, so it is now the next day. It is Tuesday. I don't know, Tuesday the 30th. Ouch, I'm hurting my foot here. So I'm still ill. I feel like really rough. So needless to say, what I wanted to achieve yesterday hasn't happened. I'm going to forgive myself because I've still done like 25, but I still have all of this to do. So it's technically another 25 today. I've given myself a bath this morning, washed my hair, you know, tried to sort my face out because the dry skin is just so awful. Every part of it's just January dry skin, isn't it? And now I've got a cold and I've been honking my nose too much. So coffee. This doesn't look very good. Even though I've like been, you know, I've still got some to do for today, and I've been scheduling in. Because I've been scheduling in on auctions, it doesn't look like I've done very much. Maybe I've forgotten to put some in on here, but I doubt that that's the case. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, it's 25. Because I've put a lot, because I've been, my previous video, I did some like stain removal and some repairs. The stuff which has got like small repairs on, I tend to put on auction. So although that is technically like a new listing, my new listings, I treat a new listing as a buy it now. But if it's got like a flaw or like a little mark, which has been washed out but is still there, I tend to put it on auction. Black Hawk Down is coming over. Yeah, I tend to put it on auction, or if it's got a little if it's got something that I've repaired on it which needs to be declared, I tend to put it on auction because I think it just needs to find its place in regards to what somebody's prepared to pay for it, rather than, you know, the buy it now value. So that's where I am, and I'm going to stop rambling and I'm just going to sit down and get on with the rest of this. Yesterday I did stop, and I had to repair something because the pocket was screwed up in it. So I did take like, you know, half an hour out yesterday to repair that, and then I repaired Simon's foot because he's busted his foot, you know, because he's just a little boy running around, isn't he? Yeah, the psychosis is definitely there. So yeah, I thought it was 10 o'clock, but it's like getting closer to 11 now. But I can forgive myself. You know, I have annual leave, but you know, what's annual leave if it can't be ruined by being ill? Right. I am trying to record this video, but it's not happening for me because of bloody microphone issues. It's Wednesday morning, and I have done all of this. I did all of this yesterday, Tuesday, but I'm recording this now, you know, obviously because I'm like wearing different clothes. I'm still ill. I wanted to have finished Monday on this listing 50, but that's unrealistic. So anyway, this is everything that I have listed. So that is 50 things on there. That striped thing I've sold, so I've now got to take all of that down and put it away. Let's get realistic. We're going to put it away. I'm not going to leave it there like some kind of like Tate Modern exhibition. So we're on Wednesday. That's, you know, what I'd scheduled. That's where I'm scheduled up to. So I'm scheduled up to Tuesday. So it's not even a week's worth of schedule. And I mean, like I said on the previous little clip, I have put stuff on auction. But I want to be able to get in a better position than this. Here's my empty buffet, so I promise you all the clothing is gone. The motion of me putting that down has probably just been enough to like disconnect that microphone then. Anyway, I'm going to tie this video up now. I'm going to do another vlog as what Linda did next. This annual leave. I've got a week of annual leave, and I just wanted to achieve a whole lot more than I am actually doing because I'm ill. But anyway, what I've learnt from doing this, I list really slowly. I don't think I can entirely blame the fact that I'm ill. I just think I list really slowly. I'm only listing 5 new items a day, scheduling 5 new items a day. But I'd really like to be like a bit further down. I'll only let you do 2 weeks, won't it? Or 3 weeks. So it'll only let me go up to there. I need to get this process a little bit more streamlined so that I am actually able to schedule ahead. Because now that I'm scheduled ahead, the heat is sort of off and I can do other things. That's my feelings. Yeah. I wish I knew how to get scheduled ahead better than I actually am. There we are. Da, 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 da. But I don't know. I just am in so much admiration for the people who can get themselves scheduled ahead 3 weeks. It's just beyond me. I know there's people like who have like 10 or 15 brand new items going a day. I don't understand how those people can find that amount of stock per day. 5 items of stock per day, you know, with some of them being filtered into auction, which is how mine's always going to be, is still only a week. Yeah, it's yeah, anyway, I'm glad that I now have stuff scheduled. I think I would have found it more rewarding doing a whole like 48 hours worth of listing if I'd been sending it all live, because now more of it would have sold and I would have been like, yeah, everything's sold, all these things are sold. But I think that's the thing, is that I did so much listing on the Monday, you know, yeah, 25 items I did on Monday, but then had a no sales day on Monday because obviously only 5 of them went live and then the rest of them went into this sort of like scheduled bank. And then let's face it, I've only sold one thing to, you know, there. I've sold 6 things yesterday, but I've only sold one thing from the new stuff which I've listed, because most of it's now sort of like just sitting there waiting to become a thing. So I don't know. I'm not a scheduled convert, but I'm going to try and be, because of my work situation. So anyway, that's the video. I will be back with more of this because obviously I'm trying to make the most of my time off despite being ill. So thank you for watching. That was a failure, really. Although the stuff is listed, I wish I'd done it faster. Because there's other things that I kind of wanted to do this week, like, you know, going back a haircut and dyed. But there you go. That's where I am with life. So thank you for watching, and I will be back again with more vlog action. Action!